I practice expressing my thoughts as much as possible. I tried to do this whenever I could.
Tell us about your interviews, please.
I remember being really nervous for my interviews. I interviewed at Magdalen College where I had two interviews. Actually, I had two more interviews, one at Martin College and one at Setyaningsih, which is where I am now. And during these four interviews, I saw many interesting questions. One really interesting question I saw was a question about cubes and the number of varieties a cube has, well, 3D dimension, 4 dimension, and even higher dimension. And it didn't stop there. We also discussed how many edges there are in this dimension, and we tried to find a formula for each one of these. I thought it was quite interesting. There were also very hard questions. One particular question I remember is I was asked to sketch the normal distribution, which was like bell curve, and I was asked to sketch its derivative by I and its derivative as well. So two derivatives, and that was easy enough. You just sketch it. And then she asked me, do I notice anything about the number of turning points and the number of reads as we go down? And then I noticed that as the differentiate each time, the number of reads and the number of turning point increased by 1.
And then the question was given to me. Can you prove that formula is true? And that was really difficult. I was really stumped at the beginning. And actually I didn't know what to say, but lucky for me, the interviewer gave me a prompt. He gave me a hint about some theorem, and this is really useful for this, and I immediately managed to use this hint and then go on to answer question. I thought I was really scary at first, but really rewarding at the end. I I didn't get anything about my personal statement in the interview, which I thought I wasn't too strange. I suppose they thought I wasn't really interested at the interview.
Which aspects appealed the most to the tutors?
I think that interviewer really liked to see me strangle through the question because they want to see how I think. They want to see the procedures in which I go about a question, and so they would really like giving me a difficult question so that I struggle with it, and they would often give me a hit to see if I can cooperate with them if I do to attend the university. And to prepare for the interview, I keep the in mind. I practice expressing my thoughts as much as possible.
I did this by speaking out loud when I'm by myself and answering a math question, and I try to do this whenever I can.
Oxford Mathematics Interview Preparation.
Well, I've also mentioned that I try to speak my thoughts as much as possible. Rather than that, I was really keen on solving maths BMU, British Maths Olympiad question. I feel like that helped out a lot my problem solving skills. It gave me a good intuition on how to solve question, and I think it made me a better problem solver all around. And I did an mock interview with my teacher, and they were quite keen enough and to do the session with me. They emphasized that I should be speaking my talk out as much as possible even when I was struggling to come up with a they encouraged me time and time again to try to give suggestions as how to solve the problem. For example, maybe we can solve this by indication. Even though you are not sure how you will do that, and so on.